Is the Nissan Sentra the budget-friendly car that's gonna finally resurrect the Nissan brand? Or is it time to take this car out to the desert and put it to rest? Now, first of all, I have to apologize for the low camera angles. We actually took this video out in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and unfortunately our regular tripod didn't fit in our carry-on luggage, so we're using a very short tripod, which means you're going to get very low angles, and maybe it'll make this car look great, or it'll help make it look as bad as it might actually be. So first things first, the specs on this car. This is a 2023 Nissan Sentra. This is the SV edition, which is kind of mid-range in the tier. Sticker price for a Sentra such as this is about $20,000 US. It competes against Mazda 3, Honda Civic, and the likes of those. But is it any good? Well, to find out, we came all the way to beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. We've rented this car. I did not purchase this with my own money, but I did pay my own money to get this car. Now, why did I pick this car? I was looking for an economy, budget-friendly car that you can get, take on a drive, take on vacation, whatever, and save a little bit of money, but still enjoy a lot of creature comforts. Now, this car does come quite beautifully appointed with all of your standard features: power windows, power door locks, manual seats, automatic climate control, and the likes. It looks beautiful, as you guys can see. It is a great looking car, and those of you who know me, you know that I really, really, really love Nissan. But in the most recent years, Nissan's been making it really hard for me to love them as much as I have in the past. See, in the old days, Nissan had the 3.5 liter V6, which they put in everything. Even all the way down to this Sentra, you could get a mid-priced rocket ship that was super fun to drive, and it was just exciting. And I've done reviews on other Nissans, newer Nissans. I've done the Altima, I've done the Armada, and it's just been so underwhelming. But can this Nissan Sentra change my opinion of how good Nissan actually is? So this car comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder direct injection engine that pumps out about 149 horsepower. It rockets this Nissan Sentra from 0 to 60 in 9.2 seconds. That 149 horsepower is coupled to the wheels through a CVT transmission, and that traditionally has been Nissan's downside, and they haven't been that great at making CVTs. Does this one perform any good? I don't know, we'll find out on the road test. But first we should talk more about the exterior features. As you can see, this is a very, very beautiful looking car. Beautiful kind of gunmetal gray. This one comes with standard 16-inch alloy wheels, which I don't know what it is, but manufacturers seem to have like an unwritten rule that factory wheels need to be so ugly. These are no different. They're alloy wheels, but they really don't look nice. I just don't know why. Moving along to the inside of the car, there's a lot of really nice features here. You've got a fully appointed steering wheel that includes all kinds of hands-free options. It has dual zone climate control, so you can set your own temperature. Whoever's driving the car with you can set their own temperature. It has a full Android Auto and Apple CarPlay stereo. More on that on the road test, because we're gonna dive deeper into how this actually works. But it seems like a good car. This is a leather wrapped steering wheel. The seats are, actually we'll talk about the seats. This one has like just a fabric coating. There is, you know, leather in certain spots. There's like this carbon fiber treatment on the cup holders. Overall, the fit and finish inside feels really, really good, especially for the price. This is a budget car, and the interior is really, really nice for a budget car. Now let's jump on a road test and see what we think about driving the car. Now, the first thing that strikes me when I'm driving the car, when I get in and I'm actually going for a drive, is just, you know, how well put together the car feels initially. It feels really well put together. In fact, right now I'm on quite a bumpy road. Camera's bumping all over the place. I'm hoping that the stability works good, but the car is working pretty good to keep the road smooth as well. So suspension right off the bat feels good in a budget economy car. Spacing inside there's tons of room in this small car. So it's not like it's a small, crampy car. It's just a small car, especially when you're used to like a big SUV or something like that. But someone who gets this car is not going to be like, oh gee, I wish it was bigger. In fact, for a small car, it's pretty big. Now the next thing that I notice immediately is the lack of power. Unfortunately, 149 horsepower, it's a lot for this segment, but you can hear the engine working, and the CVT, that's what it's supposed to do. A CVT keeps the engine in the peak power band, and it's trying its best. This CVT actually does a good job of simulating gears. I don't have any concerns about that. I am worried about the longevity of this because it's just not known for lasting long. These CVTs are not known for their high quality, from Nissan at least. And every year they've got kind of the Dodge dilemma, which is Dodge has and has had crappy transmissions. And Dodge eventually realized that. They stopped making their own transmissions and they started getting other companies to make them for them because they were like, okay, fine, our transmissions suck, but you know, these guys are gonna make it for us instead. And then they still sucked. Dodge just is not known for good transmissions. And these guys are no different. Their transmission has been bad. It still might be bad, but we don't know. We have to try it for a long time. This particular car has only 5,000 miles on it, so it's brand new. Of course, it's gonna feel good. Of course, the transmission's gonna feel good. So it is kind of lacking. The performance, it makes a lot of noise, but it doesn't have a lot of go. And that's reflected by that 9.4 second 0 to 60 time. That's just awful. In a time when you can get from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, 9 seconds feels like an eternity. Now, it's not all bad news. If you're looking at one of these cars for your brand new driver or for a student or for somebody who just is getting kind of into their first car, it is a budget affordable option. There are extra features that help make it a little bit safer for those new drivers, such as forward and rear collision avoidance. That's right, it will somehow detect when you're about to maybe get in an accident and then do things to make you not get in that accident. Now, the Nissan that we tested last year, it only had rear accident avoidance. So it's nice to include the front now as well. In a parking lot, it will actually hit the e-brake before you smash into somebody's car. So that is a nice option to have. There's also ample airbags. There's airbags all over the place. I think it even has side curtain airbags. It does. So it's got tons of airbags. In the event of an accident, you will be as safe as possible. Now, the one thing that I noticed, like, this is not known as a driver's car. So on these twisty roads that we're at out in the desert here where we might bury this car, it's fun, but it's not like exciting. It's not like you're driving like an FRS or something, like an actual driver's car. So this is not to be purchased by drivers. This is not to be purchased by tuners. If you're a tuner, do not get this car. This is not the car you're looking for. This car is for people who don't care about cars, who just want to connect up their iPhone and listen to some tunes while they go on a road trip. Onto that radio though, so connecting your tunes. Unfortunately, they still only support wired CarPlay through Android at least. Android Auto is wired only. I can't seem to get a wireless connection to work with CarPlay. So a wired connection, that's, you know, that was cool 10 years ago, but we're a 2023 model car. You should be able to have a wireless connection to this thing. It's weird. Hopefully it actually supports it and I just can't figure it out. But the stereo itself does not sound exceptional in any way. It's got some speakers, it will play some music. There's a little bit of thump to the music. There's no sub, or if there is a sub, it sure doesn't feel like it. And it's mediocre at best. Again, for somebody who wants something that's good, like a good driver's car, a good music entertainment car, this is not the car you're looking for. Back to those safety features. So we talked about the accident avoidance. There are a few other tricks up its sleeve. So it does have lane keeping assist and it has adaptive cruise control. But again, lane keeping assist, what the assist is that when you get to the edge of the line, it'll vibrate the steering wheel. So there, it just vibrated the steering wheel. Now if I go to this edge, it's not even detecting it. Is that because I shut it off? No. So it just does a slight rumble on the steering wheel. Now this car has electric steering. It's like, how hard is it to make the car, like it already knows that I'm at the edge of the lane. It already knows that I'm over here. How hard is it to make it actually keep me in that lane? I'm not looking for self-driving, but I'm looking for active lane keep assist. Now, some of you may say, well, Anton, it's a $20,000 car. So, you know, why do you think you should have that? I think I should have that because I've tested some Kias, budget Kias in this video segment, and they had adaptive cruise control and active lane keep assist. The car basically drove itself. I could let go of the steering wheel like this and it would drive me down the road quite happily. That was in a Kia. Nissan's been building cars way longer than Kia, and they still can't figure out how to add that at a cheap price. And I know I'm just ragging on this now, and I'm starting to sound like my don't buy a Ford Flex video where I just beat on the car. But there's a lot to like about this car, but there's a lot to dislike. For me, most of the dislikes are just the experience. When this car is parked and standing still, it looks great. When you sit in it, it feels great. If you go to the dealership and you sit in the showroom, it's gonna feel like a great car. And even when you go on a road test, you're not gonna key in to a lot of the problems that I'm discovering now that I'm actually driving this car on my own without a salesman sitting here trying to tell me about how great it is. They can mask a lot of the crappy features in this car without you really even noticing until you buy it, and then it's too late, and that's where buyer's remorse comes in. And I think buyer's remorse is going to be a real problem for a lot of current gen Nissan buyers. Who's buying this car? Again, we talked about students. We talked about people who don't care about driving. They just want a new car that's reliable. And there might be some better options. So now that we've looked at the good, the bad, and the ugly, the burning question is, would I recommend this car to anybody to purchase over some of the other options? And the big answer is, no, not really. As good as this car is, it feels pretty good, but it's just entirely underwhelming, and I think there's better options in other car brands, other manufacturers in this same space, and Nissan still has lost their way. That's the unfortunate truth. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Post a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Did we miss anything about this car, or do you agree with us? Let's talk about it. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.